What's up, Saber fans and non-Saber fans? It's your boy Breeze back again. Today's installation is on a Korbanth LS6 Luke Skywalker 6 Gullwing. So this is, I believe this is a V1. I'm not entirely sure. This was sent in to me by Jesse, and Jesse had really old tech inside this Saber. I believe it was installed back in the day with the Pico Crumble soundboard with an in-hilt LED in the emitter. But Jesse sent this in to me. He wanted it completely upgraded, and this installation really kicked my butt in terms of the space that was available inside the hilt. It's very, very, very narrow. It's probably one of the tightest spaces I've ever had to deal with in terms of installing a lightsaber. So what we did for Jesse was install this with a Proffie and converted it from an in-hilt to a neopixel lightsaber. And when it first came to me, it already had the chassis, which is a Goth 3D chassis that was in here. So we went ahead and just repurposed that and installed the Proffie in there. And the control box was completely separated from the chassis. It wasn't connected at all. So I believe it was one of the custom Saber shops kits where you had, you know, the little watch batteries that made the LEDs blink up here. But we went ahead, redid that completely. And I actually put pixels in here so we could replicate Luke Skywalker's deleted cave scene in terms of the blinkies in here. So with the Korbanth Gullwing, it actually has a window here. So you can see an exposed crystal chamber, and that is a real quartz crystal. Because everything is so nice and tight in here, I can't really pull out the chassis, but we'll go ahead and take a look. So on the top here, we have a stock V3 lit PCB going down into the thin neck. There is a non-removable 18650 battery in here. There are two KR Sabers micropixels in here, and I 3D designed a little insert for the control box. Well, you can't really see, but there's a 3D designed box in there that is holding the switches as well as the micropixels in the control box for this one. And so with the Gullwing, it does come apart on both ends, but Jesse, this is for you. While you can rotate and pull up on this emitter section here, on the grenade section, I advise you not to do that because we have wires here in the thin neck and you don't want those to accidentally get pinched or cut or anything like that. So I would just leave the top portion alone. You will need to take the bottom portion out. And what I also did for this was upgraded the speaker. The initial speaker for this Saber was a 20 millimeter speaker. I went ahead and I upgraded it to a 24 millimeter speaker. So it's a lot louder than it was before. So, like I said, here is, you can see part of the chassis here. So it is installed with a Proffie. It does have a 1.3 millimeter recharge port. And Jesse, I will be sending the proper rated charger with your Saber when I send her home to you. And I did create a little kill key here in order to save your battery when you're not charging and when you have it on display. So in order to activate the Saber, you're just gonna rotate, pull that out. You'll be able to see the little kill key here. All you're gonna do is take your thumb or tweezers, whatever's easiest for you. It is pretty small because it's a 1.3.
Like my father before me.
There you go. There's the kill key. Make sure you don't lose that when you do remove it. And then you can just put it back together. There you go. And here is, it's replicating Luke Skywalker's cave scene. And like I said, they are micropixels and they will match whatever blade style that in terms of the sound font that you're on. And then with the key pulled, you'll also see that the crystal pulses for the color of the blade as well. It's a very cool design. It's just really, really tight. I had to pull all my powers in terms of using CRAM-FU on this thing, but everything works as it should. All right, so in terms of the buttons, the top button here is going to be your activation button. Bottom button will be your auxiliary button. You can see it's a lot louder than it was before. A 20mm speaker just doesn't do it for me. I believe this is a 24mm speaker, so it's a lot louder. I also have gesture controls, twist on, twist off for you as well, Jesse. And then in idle, it'll go back to replicating the cave scene. In order to change sound fonts, you would just tap on the auxiliary button.
Father's Lightsaber. This is the weapon of a Jedi Knight.
So these are the sound fonts we talked about you wanting on your saber. And then as you can see, the crystal does change color to match the blade as well.
Where is he?
That's clearly a Vader sound font. So you would have a red blade. You can see the activation box also replicates the blade as well.
What is it? Father, I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
So Jesse also had me create a blade for him. It is a 36-inch recessed blade because the emitter here comes up a little bit and the emitter depth is not very deep at all. So we're gonna go ahead and pop the blade in. Jesse, the easiest way is to unscrew the emitter cap. You're gonna put the base of the blade here. I'm gonna put it in here. And then you'll see here on the emitter cup, you will have 2 retention screws here. It does take a 2mm hex key. I will include this hex key when I ship this thing back to you, just so you have one on hand. You just wanna make sure you tighten the blade. Not super tight, but tight enough so it retains it. And then you can slide the emitter cap back and then screw it back in. Okay, back up, go ahead and fire her up. Again, top button is your activation. So I also have your menu navigation in Luke Skywalker's voice, and that's from Brian Connor. He does some awesome work with voice packs.
Cyan, deep sky blue, Dodger blue, blue, ice blue.
So you have all the colors on here.
Revert.
And I will be sending you a link to the controls in terms of how to control your Proffie. I don't have time to go over all of the button controls in this video. This is Darth Maul font. And like I said before, your crystal replicates whatever color the blade is at the time.
Master Windu,
right, so now we are back at the beginning. All right, well, that's it, guys. This is a Korbanth LS6 Gullwing sent in to me by Jesse. Had a lot of old tech in there, so we ripped all that out and installed it with a Proffie neopixel. And Jesse, I will be sending this blade plug with the Saber. I know it's not canon to this lightsaber, but I figured you needed something to protect the neopixel PCB while you have it on display. And you can always upgrade this, but I will be sending this as well as the hex key and the charger for you. So Jesse, thank you so much for trusting me with your Saber. If you guys are looking for a custom lightsaber installation, a custom neopixel blade, a conversion of a Black Series or a master replica, hit me up, check me out. Breezy Saber Works on Facebook, Instagram. Check out my Etsy shop. Like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Till next time. May the Force be with you. Peace.